Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. I guess you do want to know how to get a strong, happy, successful, trusting, romantic, lifelong, fun, and unconditionally loving relationship with another human being. Then you're in luck, my beautiful curious viewer. Because, you see, this world can be a scary place, unpredictable and unkind. But if you have the right person beside you, you can face anything. So hear me out. Because you see, the right life partner can be so much more than just a person you share your space with. They will help raise and shape your children. They will be your career counselor, your therapist, your life coach, and your influencer. You will travel about 160 vacations together. You will share over 20,000 meals together, and you will hear about their day at least 18,000 times. Because you see, this world can also be a beautiful and interesting place. And if you have the right person beside you, it can feel like paradise. In this video, I will share my knowledge and advice how to move towards a happy and successful relationship that will last you a lifetime. And I've been together with my awesome wife for over 11 years, so I kinda know what I'm talking about. We will answer questions like, where do you find the right person? How does a healthy relationship start? And how do you build it, hold it, and enjoy it once you've found him or her? So are you ready to grow as a person? Because this is where we shall have to start. Then let us begin. Now there are many types of relationships out there. Friendship, monogamous, polyamorous, open relationship, long distance, casual sex, friends with benefits, and asexual. I will be focusing on serious, lifelong, monogamous relationships. Here's a little side note. I just wanted to add that the sex of both partners doesn't matter. This world is yours, and the freedom to live however you want is yours. But before the relationship with you and your partner can blossom, there is one other relationship that needs to be healthy. Because it is the foundation of all things, and that is the relationship between you and yourself. For the other person to move in, we have to make space in our lives and maybe clean up a bit. You see, every one of us carries around a little bit of baggage, a hurt from past relationships, disappointments, some twisted worldviews. All of this needs to be addressed, because how can anybody else love you if you don't love yourself? I know it's a cliche, but cliches work. So step one, look at yourself in the mirror and ask, what ideas or beliefs are you holding about happy, lifelong partnerships? People who come from abusive homes usually have huge trust issues. Girls look up to their fathers and boys choose wives like their mothers. And if that relationship was abnormal, meaning no love, no empathy, no support, then that is what you have to heal first. My mother and father broke up when I was born, so I did not experience this traditional family structure, and now I want to do everything to create this thing that I did not have for my daughter, which is a happy mother and father next to her. Maybe you didn't have parents at all and you come from a foster home, then don't dwell on that. Look to the future. Now look at your previous relationships, if you had them. Maybe a short romantic fling in school, a girl that you had a long-distance relationship with, a guy you thought you were gonna marry. Did it hurt? And nobody else can fill that hole ever again? Before I met my wife, I experienced 3 meaningful short to long-term relationships. And with 2 of them, I believed that I had found the one, but instead, I got a broken heart. Now, heartbreak is that type of pain that you don't even want to wish to your worst enemies. I mean, I feel... But you cannot make an omelette without breaking a few eggs now, can you? And looking back to all my romantical interactions, I am eternally grateful for them. I've learned so much. Thanks to them, I am the man I am today. And I do hope that they have found their happy, strong, lifelong relationships. But you see, I had to let them go if I wanted any chance of future happiness. When you say to someone, I love you, that means that you want this person to be happy as well. It does not mean that I want you to make me happy. That's twisted and impure love with strings attached. So again, learn from your past experiences. Use them as an acceleration, not as brakes. I learned that jealousy is really bad, and sometimes you have to let them go in order for them to come back to you. What have you learned from your past relationships? I am really interested. Leave them down in the comments below. Let's get a conversation started. So let go of old hate, forgive them and forgive yourself. That's the only way to build a strong foundation and move forward. Step 2. Happiness comes from within. Say it again with me. Happiness comes from within. You can keep chasing after more stuff, more money, bigger house, better car, fame and fortune, but that will not continue to pay off past your basic needs. Take my word for it. In the same manner, another person cannot make you truly happy if you feel unhappy inside. We are not broken circles that complete one another. We are perfect circles that perfect each other. We came into this world alone and we will leave this world alone. But in the meantime, we are definitely sharing this big open world server with other players. And you have to know what you offer them, what you bring to the table if you start a relationship. So get quiet, get self-aware, dig deep inside and find out your weaknesses. Are you the jealous type, or lazy, or controlling, or fearful? Write them out and notice them. Then find a way to fix them. Now discover your values. Are you loyal, hardworking, loving, funny? Be aware of your strengths and weaknesses, and at least balance them out if you cannot strive for perfection. Oldest philosophy in the book, know yourself. Another strong cornerstones of a happy relationship, guys and girls. Step 3, know what you want. Write down every little detail what you want from your perfect partner. What he or she looks like, her hair, her smile, her belly button, her fingernails, whatever. Will he like animals, or books, or traveling, or muscle cars, or kombucha brewing? I don't know, whatever you're into. What is important to you should also be important to them. Am I right? Here's an important note. Always leave room for them to be themselves, because predictability is on the extreme end of the spectrum and it slowly kills relationships. As does the unpredictability, the chaos, the no, what's gonna happen next? Balance, balance, balance. That's my message to you all. Just balance everything out and you will enjoy it. So, let's get cleaning, guys. Now that you've cleaned your house, a new person can enter. But where do you find one? If we are young and in school, we are surrounded by thousands of people the same age as us. Same interests, same desire to explore and discover new things. It is natural that you form new relationships easily. Now, problems start to arise as time moves on when you transition to a work environment. Now, the pool of people you interact with is much smaller, depending on work, of course. In an office environment where the majority of people work, you might consistently meet with 10, 20, maybe even 50 people instead of the hundreds that you did in school. As you get older, the friends you have become fewer, and making new ones becomes even harder. Point of it is as the time moves on, the amount of new people that you meet decreases. You have to get out there. He or she is also searching for you, and they don't know where you live. People usually go to bars or clubs to hook up, but we are looking for something serious. I'm not saying that there isn't a chance, but if you want the best chance, then these would be my suggestions. At work, people with the same goals and same interests usually work together. If you're a soldier, it would be natural if your spouse would also like picking up rifles sometimes. Actors mingle with other actors, artists look for freedom in others. Well, you get the point. Me and my wife, we work together, and it was truly bonding. We learned so much about one another. We get to see how other person reacts in certain situations and how they generally carry themselves. Work environment nurtures bonding, and it's even more efficient if you're working at a job that you love. So check out my video about how to find the right profession for you. It will also make you happier and more attractive partner. So second, if the place you work does not have potential partners, or you work alone, or you are your own boss, the next best thing is to find yourself a hobby. A fitness, yoga, traveling, art classes, hiking groups, anything that puts you together with others interested in a thing that you like. Let your passion for something bring more passion into your life. But other than that, anywhere really. Keep your hopes up. Learn to enjoy yourself and get out there. Right person can be waiting for you in an elevator, at a friend's wedding, in the park, during an Uber pool, or indeed a bar. Or under the yellow umbrella in a train station. Don't give up. Guys, here's a little side note. As we live in an age of social media and online dating, I wouldn't recommend putting all your eggs into that basket, because people are just usually lusting for likes and attention, and it doesn't really produce a healthy environment for a lifelong relationship. I'm not saying again that doesn't happen, but real face-to-face communication produces the best results every single time. If you have found the right person, here's what happens next. There are 3 phases of love. The first one I think we all know, the in-love phase. People refer to it as the rose-tinted goggles phase, where you have really poor judgment and can only see the best in your partner. Your pheromones are raging and every minute you spend apart seems like forever. This state of lovely madness usually lasts around 3 to 5 months. And yet it's one of the best feelings ever. I've had the pleasure of experiencing these butterflies 4 times in my life, and for that universe, I am forever grateful. Phase 2. When the initial flame of passion dies down, then also the goggles come off and we can finally see the other person as they truly are, with all their flaws and weaknesses. Majority of fighting in a relationship usually happens in the first 2 years. You may come to feel frustration, disappointment, sadness, anger even. The most important question is, can I trust you? Will you always be there for me, to get my back? You have to accept the person the way they are. A lot of fights happen because you want to change one another. But ask yourself, are you willing to love this person just the way they are, unconditionally? If not, then maybe it's better to part ways now than for the both of you to live in misery. I found this really cool acronym that paints a really nice game plan what you need to be able to accomplish. You see, you need to attune with the other person, meaning you have to harmonize and vibrate on the same level. Be aware of their pain, tolerate their viewpoints, meet them halfway, and of course, empathize. Now, empathy is really the key when you're dealing with other people out there. And I made an awesome video about its importance. Please check it out if you have some time. Wherever it is. If the road gets rocky, then always come back to the vision you had of the relationship, the one that you wrote down earlier. See what you are fighting for and adopt the mental attitude that if it's broken, then fix it. Don't throw it away. I know there are many choices out there and it's so easy to just quit, run away and find a new one and try again. But true love is precious and it needs a bit of help from both of you. And with that we transition to the phase 3. See, with phase 3 comes the building of true commitment and loyalty. Don't take this partnership for granted. Cherish one another, be grateful for one another, and you will both dive down into the land of deeper love. Okay guys, last words of wisdom. When you're in a phase 3, it still needs balance. Balance is the key to everything. Because relationships need to stay fair. If there is unequal distribution of power, then it falls apart. When one person feels something is unfair. If you always come home later, if you never want to watch the kids or wash the dishes or clean the house, it is the little things that break the bond and break the trust. But it's also the little things that make it and build it and hold it together. So the best advice that I can give to you in the end of this video is attention. Give your partner some attention. It is the little things that matter a lot, not the expensive gifts or exotic trips to exotic lands. It's about saying how good your partner looks in the morning. It's about thinking about them during the day and then letting them know that they matter. It's about hugs and touches wherever you can, and of course saying I love you without the need of hearing it back. It's about being weirdos together, playing games together, and most importantly laughing together. And it's about no matter how much you argue with one another, it's always remembering that you are on the same team. And a good relationship requires a good team. Yesterday I celebrated my 4th wedding anniversary with my loving, awesome, amazing wife that we've been together for over 11 years. We met each other when we were coming out of our teenage years, and we've been growing and learning and exploring this crazy world together ever since. And now we share this bond with a living, breathing little creature. And I cannot wait to share the rest of my life with my loving family. And I hope you do too. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one. Bye.